Good morning. May I once again welcome you to the Greater Derrysland LMA Facebook group. I was watching television the other evening with one of my sons, and an advert came on for the film 1917. I asked my son what it was roughly about, and he said that he'd seen it in the cinema. I said, well, I'm not going to the cinema at any point to watch it, and I don't go anyway to the cinema because I'm always the person sitting next to the one who's munching loudly on popcorn, so I'll wait till it comes onto the television. And my son gave me a brief outline of the film, and it reminded me of a story I read many years ago of an incident during the First World War. And I always think of it on Good Friday. It was that communications had been cut. A telegraph line had been severed and it needed to be restored. And a young soldier very bravely went out under the cover of darkness into no man's land to try and reconnect the wires. Presently it was found that communication had been restored, but the young soldier never returned. When a search party went out the next day to look for him, they found the young man who'd been shot, and he was holding together the two lines of the wire. His work had been done, but he had paid the price with his life. I often think of that story on Good Friday, of how in some small measure it's a picture of how Christ on the cross kept us in touch with God. Well, there are many people today whom they themselves may feel that they are in a war zone. People on the front line who are working hard, all the key workers in a variety of roles, who must find themselves desperately fighting and struggling against this situation in which the whole world has found itself in. Many of these people are themselves very bravely sacrificing and endangering their own lives. Endangering their own lives so that we ourselves can be kept safe, and that hopefully normality will return very, very shortly. So today on this Good Friday, as we remember the sacrifice of Christ, reconnecting us through love with God, we remember the sacrifice of so many workers, so many frontline and key workers, and for their families who are worried, concerned, and so anxious about their own well-being. Today, as we pray for them, we also pledge ourselves to remember that we should never waste this opportunity. In this sad situation, we can see the hope that really we should reconnect with the whole world. Christ reconnected, reunited us with God. We ourselves must now take this opportunity to reconnect with other people throughout the world, to be aware of the needs of others, the importance of the roles played by so many people throughout the world. Christ connected us to God. We must now learn to connect and to love one another. All my best from Media Mick. There'll be more to come on Easter Sunday. So until then, please let's all pray for each other and pray for so many throughout the world. Let's keep our spirits up and look to hope with the truth of the Christian message on Easter Sunday. All my love now. Take care.